Welcome back to Blightfall. This is episode, I think it's 16. I've gotten them all mixed up. I don't know if this is 16. I think it is 16. Um, I went and did some mining in between. I built myself uh, a nice lumber axe so I can chop down trees. I called it chopsticks. I renamed my hoe as a multi-tool. My hammer is Skull Smasher. My sword is now called Slicer, and my pickaxe, my Invar pickaxe, is called Digger. Get out of the way. Um, you can just name them in here. Like I haven't named this yet, so I can call this Little Digger. Doesn't cost you any experience or anything like that. It's not like an enchantment table where you have to pay to do it. But um, one thing I did want to do here, if I got enough gold, I got to see how much gold I got. 8 bars. We're gonna hold off on that. Um, I was gonna upgrade my multi-tool here, because evidently you don't have to just make a new one. What you can do is, if I had like the metal axe head part, I could put the metal axe head part in here, and it would like an iron axe head part, and it would just turn it into iron, and I could just pull it out, and it'd have the iron. Um, but we're not gonna do that. This is that infused scolium. It's really pretty. It looks like a big glass box of raspberry jam, and I kind of want to eat it. Uh, don't know what it's for, but it's pretty cool. I like it. If I get enough of that somehow, I would make my armor out of it just so I can be styling and stylish. Uh, Sheep have started coming back in here again. I've had a few problems with the cooking table and it not wanting to do stuff. I don't know why, but maybe I need to remove it and place it back down. I can't tell you for sure. But today, I think what we're going to do, I think it's time for us to start doing some of this research. Wow, look at all this stuff that glows now. It's because of those bookshelves that I have behind it, and maybe that candle. I don't know. There are things you can put around it that give you these glowy bits that you can use. They regenerate slowly, but I'm trying to do research expertise just to make. We're going to do the research ones first, just to make research easier as we go. And I've, as I said before, I found this website. It's got this little research helper that helps you figure out how to connect them. Um, you select one of your aspects, you select the other aspect that it's going to. So in this case, we've got Cognitio, and we're going to go to Ordo. So you go and you do both of those. You click both of those in there. You put how many steps, the minimum number of steps in between them. So at least 3. You know, it might make me end up doing like 5 or something, but at least 3 to get it done. The sheep really wants to help. Thanks, sheep. But I think I got this, bud. You can go. Thank you. And yeah, then all you have to do is like click on find connection, and it'll give you a path that you can take. Sometimes you don't want to do that. You don't have one of those particular aspects. You do have an option. It will always give you that one, but it puts, if you go to the website, it's a little bit easier to understand, but it'll always give you the same path. So if I put Cognitio to Ordo, it'll always give me the same path, which in this case it says Humanus to Fabrico to Instrumentum to Ordo. Okay. But if you switch it and you go Ordo to Cognitio, oftentimes, it gives you a completely different path. Why? I couldn't tell you for sure, but it does. Let's see. So if I go Ordo to Cognitio, it goes Instrumentum, Tellum, which is weapons, Ignis, Cognitio. So uh, I've got to use this anyway. But that lets you say, well, I've only got one humanist. I don't want to waste it. Is there another way I can do it? Well, I can do it this way. And instead, I've got to use Tellum, which I've got 8 of, which is fine, and plenty of Ignis. I always try to, if I can, get it to give me as many of the primal ones as possible. Ignis, Ordo, Air, uh, Aqua, what's that one? Terra, Perditio, all those, because you're gonna have. I have 80 air. I've got 59 aqua. You're gonna have the most of those. I've got a bunch of tree ones. If we can get Perditio, I have a bunch of. I have 136 Terra and 82 Ordo. So that's that's kind of the main thing. If I can get as many of these basic ones in there, that makes it easier. Um, we're going to do Ordo to Census. I'm just going to do this one live, but I'm going to probably dig really deep into this and do as many of these as I possibly can. I'll talk about them when I get each one done. We'll read it in the book, but I'm just going to do the first one live. So you see, I went this way, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to go this way to get to Census here. It's just as long as you connect one end of it to another. Okay. So we got Ordo to Motus. Do I have any Motus? I do. To Volatus, which is flight. To Air, which is Census, which then connects to Census. So I've connected it. See, I didn't have to fill in all of these. Um, that was a mistake that I made when I first started. I was like, well, how am I going to get every one of these filled in with stuff that'll connect? I mean, you could if you want a challenge to try to figure out the puzzle, but this is how you do research expertise. And I think now in this version of Thaumcraft 4.x, they're always the same. It's always Cognitio to Ordo to Census. Okay, so in earlier versions it was kind of random, but in this one it isn't anymore. So you get your research expertise piece here, your discovery. What you do is you put it in your hotbar and you right click with it, and then you get I don't know if you could see it there, but up in the corner it said research completed, research expertise. So we're gonna get our Thaumonomicon out, and if we go here, see it sparkles, tells you, hey, this is new. You just learned this. You haven't read this yet. And I've become more efficient at performing research. Whenever I remove an aspect that I've placed, there's a 25% chance that I will regain it. And I'm also able to see what aspects you need to combine to create an aspect you are hovering over. And that's actually more important, in my opinion. So, see, it tells me how to make Limus. I need Aqua and Victus. And then I'm like, oh, well, I need some Victus. Oh, I'm out of Victus. Well, how do I make that? So Aqua and Terra. So this will help you a lot. This is probably the one that I say you should get first. Now, what I need to do some more, I need to find me one of my scribing tools, and I need to get me some paper. We're going to need more paper than that eventually here. I've got a lot of, been harvesting my sugar cane. We're going to make, I don't know, like 12 of these. 9, 12. There we go. And then we'll put the rest of that back. So yeah, my mallow berries are now making mallow berries, and my blueberries are starting to. This one is, and I guess this one will start too. It's starting to make blueberries. I've planted my potatoes that we stole from that village. Anyway, I love this block. This is a pretty block. um, and I really want to find some more of that. You know, if somebody wanted to comment where they found some some coordinates, I'd be pretty happy about that. I would use that. But and just real quick, one thing I'm thinking about doing is knocking the top out of this, making a second floor, because this tree protects in a column up and down. So I could build something down below, but I think I'll just build an area up above, maybe. Knock this glass out and make me some walls that go higher, some glass walls that go higher, and build build a second floor up there. I think I'm gonna need it. Space is getting tight, kind of. So, all right. You know, I like these, but this ticking, this constant ticking, is starting to get on my nerves. So we're gonna make them not tick. I just place it there. It still looks like it's there. It becomes a tiny version of itself in the middle of the table. In order to get it to be full size, you have to shift. You have to duck and click. But I'm just going to put them there for now, and then they'll be quieter. But you have to have your scribing tools. You got to have some paper. You got to open your Thaumanomicon, and you go to the next one that says, Research Mastery. Now, can you see there where it says Research Mastery, Power is Knowledge, Forbidden Knowledge, Mostly Harmless. Click to get a research note for this research. Well, Forbidden Knowledge. Now, that I think is what starts to give you what's called warp. There's two forms. There's temporary warp that fades away, and then there's permanent warp that's always there, and it makes strange things happen. I don't know what all they are. I guess you can have hallucinations, things like that, but it can be interesting. So we're gonna do this one next. Like I said, I want to do the research ones first, real quick, just because as we go, it's going to make life easier. Now this one's more complicated. See, we've got 4 different aspects. It looks like there's 3 spaces minimum between this, 4 between this, 3 between this, and 4 between this. So I've got to figure out what the best path to take, and I'll probably go something like this. I think is what I'll do. So because I've already got census to ordo, I already know how to do that. That's air, volatus, and motus, which I think is my last modus. Yeah, that's my last modus. But that's the price you pay. And then we're going to do ordo to cognitio, but we're going to do 4 minimum in between. This one's kind of a pain here because if I can get exactly 4, I can go this way. But I don't know. We're going to do ordo to cognitio. And again, I'm just using that website. It gives me the path, to get there. I'm not good at puzzles like this. I mean, I can do them, but honestly, there's so much to do in this game. I don't really want to film myself sitting around being weird. But I'm just going to probably speed this up at this point, finish this one up, and then we'll talk about it. And I'm going to do that for the rest of the researches here. Okay, and so this was an interesting one, and this is something you guys might want to keep in mind. So when I punch it in, when I say that website gives you a path, it does give you a path, but it doesn't necessarily give you the best path, right, or the cheapest path. It just gives you one that will work. Okay, and there's a lot of different ways you can do these. And in particular, when I did ordo to cognitio with 4 spaces in between, it told me to do instrumentum humanus, cognitio, and then spiritus, and then cognitio. Well, I did the ignis instead because it'll accomplish the same thing. And then when I did this one, minimum of 3, it gave me 4. It said I had to do 4. The other thing, I don't know if you just noticed it here. I'd already pulled my last humanus, but it had the sparkly bit up here, and I pulled it down and used it. I used my last humanus here. Used the sparkly bit down here, so it was like having an extra piece of research. Now, theoretically, you could surround this thing with bookshelves and all sorts of other, and those mixed crystal clusters. I think those do it too, and get a light on all of these. And even if you were completely out of research points, to use, it would totally and completely allow you to continue doing it even though you don't have any left. It would just be slower because you'd have to wait for this to recharge. And I don't know how long that takes. A while, I guess. I'm waiting for those sheep to wander into my trash bin over there. But we got this one done. Research mastery. We're gonna take that one out. We're gonna discover it. Ooh, and that noise I think is me getting warp. And it says down here I've gained permanent warp. Down in the bottom right corner it said. So here we go. I become even more efficient. Whenever I remove an aspect that I put, there's a 50% chance I'll get it back, and there's a 10% chance that whenever I put one in, that it will not cost any research points to do so. And I'm able to combine aspects in the research table by shift-clicking on the one I want. So if I have enough of the components, they will automatically combine to create the clicked aspect, and I'll show you that real quick. So like I'm out of Humanus, I'm going to hold down Shift and click on it. Just automatically made it. It pulled a Bestia, it pulled a Cognitio, and it made a Humanus. And that's nice. Makes all this easier. Research duplication. I don't really care about this. I don't have anybody I'm going to share it with. But what that does is it allows you, after you've made a research note, you can then copy it onto another. I think you put the research note, paper, and scribing ink, like two paper scribing ink in there, and then it makes two copies. And then you can have one, you can give one to your friend, and then they can tech up at the same rate you do. The destruction table, well, I could research that, but I actually already have one. I found one. I'm not going to research it. I'm not going to research it right now. We could go this way into the node tapping. I guess I will. This is the part where this is how you recharge your wand, is tapping nodes, waving your wand at the node. And this is actually going to make that better. It makes it more efficient, makes it faster, and it also will make it so you cannot destroy a node because it will not let you take all of it. Okay, so like you become better at not ruining things, basically. Okay, so, well, this is another interesting looking one. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up here. We got modus to precantatio to aurum to, what's that one? Permutatio. So we're going to kind of have to go this way. Can't go this way, but we're going to have to connect it kind of in this fashion. So we're going to do that. I'm going to speed it up, and you can watch me do that one too. Okay. All right, so I did this one. Here's another on that on the website I have down below. Check the link down below. It has options for other to add other Thaumcraft aspects from different expansions. Now this one uses forbidden magic, so since it uses forbidden magic, you can check mark that box, and it will include those in its calculations. So this time, it did include uh, Infernus. Okay, so it did include Infernus on there. You can put this back up here and look at it. If you guys want to see how I did it, you can kind of copy that if you want. Pause the game or whatever. But it did include the Infernus that I'd found. Let's see, where did I get that from? It was a creeper or something like that. I'm not sure what. But something to do with the nether, anyway. And so that that gives you more options to go to connect it. Sometimes that makes it easier to make your connections in the game. So, pardon me. Okay, so we're going to learn that one. We'll read it real quick. Okay. This may be a long episode. I'm just going to do a lot of this as I can. Usually, the process of drawing viz from a node with a wand is quite slow. You discovered a more efficient way, resulting in double the vis draw rate. So it's just faster now. You have master node tapping and node preserver, and this one I think is important. Okay, so we're going to do it next. Node preserver. Okay, here we go. And we've got like this huge space in between. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't really matter which way I want to go. Let's see. Where's Orem? That one's got a base and census. All right, so we'll probably go this way. I think. I think census is made out of 2 bases. No, it comes out of spiritus too. But we're gonna probably go this way. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right. Again, I'm gonna kind of speed this up, and I'll show you the end result. All right. So I've finished it, and I wanted you to see a couple things that might help you out here. See, when we did 5, these two shared a property. They both share air, right? So, and this is probably a strategy, something that makes sense, honestly. You got the air, and they both share air. So you do air into something, take the primal aspect for it, into the same thing again, back to air, and you've connected it. Okay. And I did this trick too, where I went air, this, the same thing again, senses again, air again, and then we were able to do vacuous fames, lucrum. So here again is node preserver. You can take a look at this, and like I said, I think these puzzles are all the same, regardless of. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, but here's this one. All right, node preserver. This one, you now have better control over the amount of viz you draw from nodes. You always leave at least 1 vis of each aspect in the node unless you are sneaking. So you can crouch down and drain it if you want. Now be warned, this level of control is not possible when using wands crafted from normal wood and iron. So while I can do that, I can't do it with the current wand that I have. Okay. This lets you learn how to make a node in the jar. And what that allows you to do is take it with you and bring it. Like I could grab a node, bring it back here. I could set up a room full of nodes. There are advantages and disadvantages to doing that. One of which is nodes will feed off each other. They'll drain each other. It can be an ordeal to try to get that all taken care of. I don't have all the capability to do all this yet. Because you need like node stabilizers and all that kind of stuff, and I just don't have it. I think I have all the materials I would need to make it. But we can go to master node tapping. Why not? We'll do that one next. And we'll probably move to this next page because I think we're going to be pretty much tapped out on this stuff here. This talks about the warp. I told you I got warp, some permanent warp. So, minor lapses in concentration, physical pain, or hallucinations. These are more than merely mental, though, as a vision sometimes impart useful knowledge or seeming hallucinations prove to be frighteningly real. So, this could be fun. I kind of look forward to getting a lot of warp. We'll figure that out. All right, but so master node tapping. Throw it up here, and again, I'm going to speed up the video. I'm probably gonna do like this. What's Orem? Yeah, we're gonna go this way. All right. Okay, and there's master node tapping. All your vis are belong to us. All your vis. All right. Connected this one up. Again, it asked me for an infurnace. Use that. Uh-oh. I think that was the warp. I like it. I really do. I think that's fun. We're not going to starve to death at the research table. All right. So we've got master node tapping. Learn that one. Go in here. All your viz belong to us. You've added further refinements to use to tap ore. You're now able to draw viz 3 times faster. So we can supercharge super fast. And if we're not using a iron capped wand, we can preserve it. Or an iron and wooden wand. We can preserve it. Is that what it is? Crafted from normal wood and iron. So, all right, thaumaturgy. This is where we get into the wands. Okay, this tells you how to make your basic wand, and I went over that before. Iron nuggets, iron ore berries too, if you have that. You make a helmet out of those. Get you 2 of those. Put them together with any stick, and you make your iron capped wooden wand. It's just your basic starter. We can go into wand focuses. We can go into caps. I don't think I care about copper. I don't really want to use copper, simply because copper is pretty rare. I've found a total of 2 pieces of copper so far, even with all that mining I did, and that's when I found it. But gold wands, yeah, I think we could probably go with a gold wand. We'll do that, and then and I know we have Greatwood, so we're gonna do Greatwood wand core too. So we'll make like a gold Greatwood wand, and we'll have just a better wand all around. This is getting low, so he's got a durability there on the scribing tool. And when that wears out, what you do is you have to just take this, put it in your crafting inventory, or like in a crafting table, or in your inventory crafting spot with a ink sac. It refills it. You can put it back up here. Okay, so what do we got here? Instrumentum and Arbor and Precantatio. So, all right, we're gonna. I'm gonna do this one, and again, I'll fast forward and then I'll pause it. There's probably gonna be a point in here somewhere where I'm just gonna cut it in between 2 of these, and just make 2 separate episodes, because this is going to probably run kind of long. It's hard for me to guess how long it's going to take, because I know I'm going to be fast forwarding parts and not fast forwarding others. So just bear with us. We'll make this work here. Precantatio. All right. Finish that one. Greatwood wand core. I'll put it back up here. You can take a longer look here. This one I had to do a four-way connection to make this work, or at least that's what the website suggested. Like I said, none of this may be the most efficient way of doing it, but it is a lot easier to do this than try to figure it out on my own. I don't really want to spend the time to try to figure that out. It's already going to take long enough. So we'll learn that. This tells us what has double the viz storage potential, being able to store up to 50. So, and you just put 2 logs to get a Greatwood rod, and we can do that. I'm going to do that real quick. I know I got some logs in here. I thought I had some logs. Don't. Well, we know where we can get some, so that's not a problem. All right, let's get our gold caps going. All right. All right, so we've got Metallum, Instrumentum, and Lucrum. Okay, here I go again. Okay, so here's gold wand caps, capping things off with style. And so you can see how I did that. Like I said, maybe not the most efficient, but there's a solution. No point in me wasting time with it. Okay, so let's read about the gold caps. What do they do for us? Take no penalty when used to channel viz. Okay, so that is something on here. If you see on there, it says capacity 25, 110% average viz cost. So everything I try to do with this iron capped wand, it costs 110% more viz, or it costs 10% more viz than doing it normal. So uh, I'm gonna we're gonna want that wand, but not yet. I'm not gonna worry about it yet. Uh, this is this is where it kind of gets fun. Okay, focuses. This is how you are able to basically cast spells with your wand. You put a different focus on the end of your wand, and then it does different things. Okay, so we're gonna learn about wand foci right now. I'm gonna do that real quick. Oh, this is a pretty simple one. All right, we got Ignis to Precontatio. Um, we'll just match that up real quick. Uh, like I said, this website has become invaluable to me personally. Potentia, Ordo, Potentia, and we're done. One foci. Uh, Here it is again, if you want to see it. Potentia, Ordo, Potentia. Real simple. Oh, pick that back up. All right. One foci, and now we've unlocked a whole bunch of stuff suddenly. Here's the node stabilizers that you need if you're going to put a node in a jar. You can't draw viz from one that's in a jar. You have to take it out of the jar before you can. But here's the node stabilizer. These are related to that in some way. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but now we have the ability to we unlocked all this stuff here. All these different focuses and a focus pouch. Okay, so this one's a little different. Okay, if you look at it, so it shows, it doesn't say, click to get the research information. It just has these three different aspects on it. It's got vacuous, precontatio, and instrumentum. It says I don't have enough yet, and you see the one that's blinking is instrumentum, and that means I don't have enough instrumentum. But you don't have to research this. You just have to spend those points. So if I go in here, and because I have that handy dandy power, I can shift click it. Oh, I don't have enough humanus to do it. I need 2 humanus. Then I can make 2 of those. We'll see if it'll let me use that one. Nope, it won't let me use the sparkle in the book. I've got to do it here. So, humanus, instrumentum. So I should have enough now. And boom, now I know focus pouch. Easy enough. Oh, these two are Frost and Shock. We haven't read this yet. All right, we'll start here. Yeah, you combine crystalline viz shards with quartz crystals and infusing them with magic. You're able to align the crystals into a mystical matrix. If the proper types and amounts of this viz is focused through this matrix, it will reshape the raw magical energies into something useful, controlled, and geared to a specific task. Adding a focus to your wand is a simple task. Simply press F while holding the wand, and any foci you are carrying will show up in a radial menu, allowing you to choose from any of the ones you are carrying with a simple click. Your initial experiments involved the shaping of fire, and the resulting focus proved to be a simple but useful tool. It is capable of sending forth a cone of elemental fire, burning all in its wake. So we need a fire charge, but we need fire shards and nether quartz. Okay, but I don't have a fire charge. I'd have to see how to make one. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, always hitting wrong buttons. What do we need to make a fire charge? We need gunpowder, which I don't have. Coal, no problem. Blaze powder. Charcoal. Okay. So is there another way to do it? No. All right. So blaze powder. I can get that from cinder pearls. Cinder pearls. Cinder pearls. I read about those in here and here. Found only in the hottest of climes, these plants burn with elemental fire. They can be harvested and ground to produce a fine powder akin to blaze powder. Huh. Well, it's not nighttime yet, is it? When it's nighttime, maybe we'll look at the map and see if we can find anything. This has got to glow. It's got to glow. We'll see if we can find anything that's burning like that on the map in the desert. But in the meantime, frost and shock. So shock, frost. I've learned both of those now. And we need to look at the focus patch, but first, elemental energy into bolts of lightning, you hurl at your enemies. I can do this one, it only takes a potato. 10 of each of these. That's not a problem. And this one takes a diamond. I don't have a diamond yet. So diamond, water shards, and nether quartz. I haven't found a diamond yet. May have to do another mining montage at some point here to try to get one. Hurling chunks of ice. They tend to bounce off solid objects. This can be used to your advantage, however, as you can bounce the shards around corners or even hit multiple foes. It doesn't freeze them though, so. But I can do this. I can do this right now. So we're gonna go make one of those. Speaking of potatoes, boop. And we need air shards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need nether quartz. Where's my nether quartz? Do I have? I have some. I have some. Did I leave it in here? Yep, there it is. 2, 3, 4. Okay, but I've got to do it at the arcane table, and I think I have to put my wand up here. And then I put a potato, and then we put the air shards. Then we put the nether quartz, and then it should tell me, okay, so here's where it tells me what it costs. And since this wand is 110%, instead of it only being 10 of each of these, it costs 11 of each of these. Alright, so wand focus shock. Boom. Alright, and then I can take my wand back. And what we can do is, it says press and hold F. Click on that. And, hi. 2 hearts. 2 hearts of damage. That's pretty sweet. What does it burn up, though? What does it use? Looks like air. 13.46. 2 shots. Oh, I picked up some. Can I pick that one up? That's not. Oh. Alright, so we have a. Oh, this is sweet. What's in that? I don't even remember what's in that one. Can I draw? Nope. Oh, yeah. Only thing left in that because I already drained it. I remember. I can't get any more out of that, but that's awesome. Okay. So we have a lightning wand now. Can I take it off? I can't take it off. Oh, that's no good. Can I? Surely I can. Can I separate it? No? Huh. I guess I'm going to have to build a second. That's not too hard. It's made out of potatoes. It won't be too hard to make another one when I make my gold capped wand. And I'll have to charge it too. But let's do some more research. Equal trade and excavation. Now, those are not combat focused. I will get those. I'm not going to do them right now. But equal trade allows you to say you want to change all your walls to nether quartz blocks. You've crafted a bunch of nether quartz together and you made a bunch of blocks and you want to make it all pretty and change the walls to nether quartz. you can set one nether quartz block on the ground. Okay, so we'll say we're going to change it all to infoscolium blocks. All right, so I put one of them on the ground, and I have all the rest of them in my inventory somewhere. So I got like a couple stacks here. Okay, and then you use that equal trade, and you like right click on the block on this block, and then you come over here to this glass, and then you right click on it, and it just replaces the glass with the infoscolium. It puts the glass in your inventory and takes the infoscolium out of your inventory. So that can be handy, but I don't know that it's particularly useful at the moment. The other one there, excavation, well, it lets you dig. You can dig, I think, through basically anything. Depends on what it is, how long it takes, or how much mana it takes. It doesn't take a tremendous amount, but it does take some power to do it, and you can dig through it. There are ways to upgrade these, and when you upgrade them, they become. You can put all sorts of buffs on them, like it's cheaper, or it has a bigger area of effect, or it does more damage, or and there's usually like a unique thing with it too. But the focus pouch. Okay, so you can make a focus pouch. Once you've gathered a sizable collection of foci, it's quite annoying to carry them all with you. This pouch solves that problem. Whenever you change the focus on your wand, it will check this pouch first, and any foci that get removed will be placed inside it first. You also right-click the pouch to place or remove foci by hand. It can also be carried in your belt bauble slot. So, yeah, we're going to probably want one of those, but right now I only have one focus. What's this? Mirrored glass. What do I need mirrored glass for? Whoa. Oh, what's this? Basic artificing. Oh, we haven't gotten into the artificing stuff. What is this thing? Balance shard. Gold primal charm. Form an important basis for many thaumaturgical constructs. They have no inherent power of their own beyond being able to focus and channel primal energy. Rumors persist that these charms have additional powers, but that is little more than hearsay. 25 each. So I couldn't even craft it with the wood wand because it would increase the cost beyond 25. I'll have to make a gold one before I can even attempt that. But anyway, let's go back. So I could make one of these, but right now I only have one focus. It's on my wand. I don't see any reason to do that. So missing required research. So maybe I will have to do all the rest of this. Missing required research. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to alchemy. And we've already got a bunch of stuff it wants us to learn about here. Ethereal blooms. This could be. These two maybe should be first. Basic alchemy. Let's see this. Craft a crucible. You simply use your wand on a cauldron. Okay. Allows him to render physical objects into their component essentia and recombine it again as he wishes. The crucible needs to be placed over a source of constant heat and filled with water. Once the water starts boiling, you simply throw any items you wish into the crucible. They'll be broken down. If you know the proper formula and mix, you drop a special item in the crucible known as a catalyst. The catalyst draws the essentia into itself and transforms into a whole new item that the crucible then ejects. Alright. Any leftover remains for further use, but it is not a good idea to leave essentia within a crucible for too long. Crafting also uses some of the water, and you'll eventually need to refill it. Essentia within the crucible is constantly degrading. Compound essentia degrades into one of its component aspects, and primal essentia simply evaporates. Beyond the waste, evaporating and degrading can cause many strange side effects. You can empty a crucible by shift right-clicking on it with a wand. All the essentia is dumped in the atmosphere. Not something you would want to do too often. That sounds dangerous. I would click on the cauldron. Some basic one. Here's how you get a balance shard. So I put two of. It keeps changing. Okay, so I put two of the other five, and then throw one shard in, and I get a balance shard back. So what if I'm going to put fire in? I put 2 of all the other 5 in, and then I throw a fire one in, and I get a balance shard. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Smelting a balanced vis shard in a furnace creates Salus Mundus. Thaumaturge's salt. It's covered by exposing a balanced vis shard to high enough heat. Salt adds flavor, metaphorically speaking, to any magical recipe or formula. It is a strong binding agent, able to hold the most disparate of magical elements together. Well, we know how to do that. I think I've got a cauldron. I think I got that out of the, not out of this one. What is that thing? It's scary. I don't know. It's growing too close to my house, too. Yeah. I'm gonna scare you off. Maybe it'll kill it. Um, let's see. Where's my cauldron? There it is. Okay. I knew I had one. Knew I had a cauldron somewhere. Where do we want to do this? Oh, oh my god. There is a hole in my roof right there above the tree. I'm pretty sure that's a hole. They keep killing themselves though. They keep falling down. I can just stand here and let them kill themselves. I may do that, but we'll put this over here fairly close to this. I think if you mess up with this, it makes flux and stuff. So we're gonna build a little. I'm gonna get some blocks. I'm probably gonna end up with some spiders inside here. Here's what I'm gonna end up with, and it's gonna get dangerous really fast. And just right here. So where are they? We're gonna make a little barrier around this, because if flux starts pouring out, I don't want to have it spilling all over my world. So, and then I can still get down here and work. It says I gotta fill it with water. I don't have a bucket. Oh, I gotta click it with my wand first. That's a pretty sound. I'm gonna get a bucket of water. I guess I only needed 1 bucket. And I think you have to put a fire under it. Over a source of constant heat and filled with water. I think you can use nitor, and I found some of that in these plains. So, wow, these things are really loud and annoying. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw this nitor down, see if this works first. It's supposed to boil. It's supposed to, oh, there it went. Okay, yeah, you can use nitor. Sweet. Put my rest of my nitor up. Alright, these things are annoying and loud, so we're gonna leave real fast. And we're gonna go to Omega. And hopefully that's far enough away that they will despawn and go away and get out of my hair. It's not red up there. That's weird. And get out of my hair, and then I can All right. And then I can go back. But also while I'm here, I'm going to go to that Greatwood tree. But I am going to stop this video here. I'll probably split it up a little bit, but so it's not quite so long. But we're going to go to get that Greatwood out of that Greatwood tree. We get a couple blocks of that, and so I can make a Greatwood wand with gold caps. And then I'll see you guys all back here.